Dear students, how are you? Hope you are all doing well. I am Rifat Parveen, lecturer, Department of English, Notre College. Welcome to our NDC learning program. We are going through a very tough time because of this COVID-19 pandemic. It has been ages since we have revisited our beloved Notre Dame campus, but due to the blessings of online communication, we meet again. I truly believe these online classes will help you in understanding your lessons and keep you in touch with your books. Dear students, we all are hoping that we will get back to our dear campus and classroom soon, inshallah. With this positive note, I will start my lessons now. Lesson today will be from Unit 14, Myths and Literature, Lesson 4, which is about Hercules, page number 193 in your book. My lesson today will be from Unit 14, Myths and Literature, Lesson 4, which is about Hercules. You will find it in your book, page number 193. There were many incidents behind Hercules' struggle. That's why I will give you 2 lectures on this topic. In my first lecture, I will cover the definition, background history, and Hercules' first task. In my second lecture, I will show you Hercules' second labor, vocabularies, MCQ, question answer, and a flowchart for your practice. I will start with talking about myth and mythology first. I know you have already known these terms from Bengal Space and Orpheus lessons. Let me brush up your memory. Myth, these 2 meaning I found it from Google source. It said myth means a traditional story, especially one concerning the early history of people or explaining a natural or social phenomenon, and typically involving supernatural beings or events. Mythology means a collection of myths, especially one belonging to a particular religious or cultural tradition. I found Wikipedia's meaning more resourceful when it said, myth is a folklore genre consisting of narratives or stories that play a fundamental role in a society, such as foundational tales or origin myths. The main characters in myths are usually gods, demigods, or supernatural humans. Stories of everyday human beings, although often of leaders of some type, are usually contained in legends as opposed to myths. So, the difference between legends and mythical characters is mainly legends are everyday human beings with no supernatural power, and mythical characters are gods, goddesses with supernatural powers. Myths are often endorsed by rulers and priests and are closely linked to religion or spirituality, so people believe mythical stories are true account of their remote past. Superheroes are a recurring trend. The word recur means occur again. From centuries ago to now, from Achilles to Iron Man, superheroes have always been a beloved fantasy for people. But in an ancient time, people used to believe and worship beings who they thought had supernatural powers. We know that superheroes of modern time are not real, just figment of our imagination. Our superhero Hercules is one of the most beloved heroes of Greek and Roman mythology, both in ancient times and now. For you, I have given 2 pictures from movies. First one is from an animated movie adaptation, and the second one is from a live-action movie adaptation. I want you to watch these movies to get more information about Hercules. Now about Hercules' family. Hercules was the son of Jupiter and Alcmene. Jupiter was the father of Hercules, and he was the god of thunder. Alcmene was a mortal, and Hercules was called demigod because he was half god and half mortal. Although the story of Hercules was based in Greece, it spread to his neighboring country Rome. In your book, Roman names were used, but in Greek, Hercules was called Heracles Jupiter, his father, was called Zeus. Juno, his stepmother, was called Hera. Alcmene was a mortal, her name was not changed. Mortal means a human being who will face death. Person behind Hercules' struggle. Hercules was the stepchild of the divine goddess Juno, the wife of Jupiter, and cousin of Eurystheus. I brought up Juno's name because she was indirectly mentioned in your Hercules lesson as the cousin of Eurystheus. The moment Hercules was born, Juno got very jealous. She wanted to kill Hercules, even when Hercules was only 2 years of age. It was because of her jealousy Hercules had to go through most of the troubles in his life. In these pictures, you can see how Hercules showed his strength even when he was only 2 years of age, and killed these 2 poisonous snakes sent by his stepmother, Juno. Conspiracy against Hercules was happening in the palace. Here you can see Eurystheus, the king of Mycenae, and his cousin Juno were making plans to put Hercules into trouble. According to their conspiracy, they set some difficult tasks for Hercules to undergo, which are popularly known as the 12 labors of Hercules. Their plan was to kill Hercules through these difficult tasks. Here I tried to show you the location of Mycenae in Greek map. You can see Mycenae was located in the middle of Greek map. In the first picture you can see some of the ruins of King Eurystheus' kingdom. Background behind 12 tasks. Eurystheus originally set 10 tasks for Hercules, but he dismissed the second and fifth tasks, which are the slaying of the Nemean Hydra and the cleaning of the Augean stables. The second task was dismissed because Hercules took help from Iolaus, his faithful servant. The 10 original labors of Hercules. Among these 10 original labors, you have got first 2 labors in your textbook, which are to slay the Nemean lion and to slay the Nemean Hydra. Here are the pictures of 2 dismissed tasks and the task that replaced them. You might have a question in your mind. Why did Hercules have to do the 12 tasks? It was again because of Juno. Juno's conspiracy went so far that she killed Hercules' family after making him so intoxicated that Hercules became unconscious, and Juno put the blame on him. Hercules thought he killed his own wife and children in his intoxicated state. After getting out of the state, he felt remorse and wanted to have forgiveness from the god Apollo, who instructed him to serve the king of Mycenae for 10 years. I tried to give you the background story of Hercules' 12 labors as briefly as possible. I hope, my dear students, you got a clear picture in your mind about the reason behind Hercules' struggle. Now, I will start from the text, the first task of Hercules. The first task involved a fight with the Nemean lion in the valley of Nemea. The lion was a terrible monster that roamed in the region of Nemea and was killing people around. For your better understanding, I gave you the map of Greece where you can see Nemea in the southern part of Greece, and in the second picture you will find the valley of Nemea. The first fight. Hercules found the lion roaming and shot many arrows against it, and with his club he wanted to injure the lion. But he realized after some time that the lion's skin was so thick that his arrows and club would be of no use. So he wanted to have a different technique or policy or strategy. We will find it in the next slide. And in this slide you can see how Hercules was fighting with his club with the lion, and in the next picture you will see how Hercules was aiming his arrows towards the lion, and again he was fighting with the lion. So Hercules used a different tactic. Tactic means different strategy, and that strategy you can see that he was using his hands now. Success came at last. As arrows and club failed to harm the animal, Hercules captured the animal from behind, threw his arm around his neck, and strangled him. Using his hands, he thus managed to slay the lion on his own, relying entirely on his immense strength. Immense means great. After he had killed it, he thought of skinning the lion and using it as an armor. At first, he tried to skin it using his knife and stone, but it didn't work. Later, he used the lion's own sharp claws to skin it. From the picture, you can see how terrifying Hercules looked. Hercules entered the city with the lion's skin on as a winner. Upon seeing Hercules, Eurystheus was initially horrified, for he feared that the Nemean lion was roaming in the streets of the city. Later, the king became so afraid of Hercules that he forbade Hercules from entering through the gates of the city. After that, Eurystheus even refused to see the powerful hero face to face. Hercules' first Herculean task ends here. My dear students, I hope you have enjoyed and understood about Hercules' first adventure from this presentation. I took help from this website below. If you want to know more about Hercules, you can take help from this site too. Dear student, because of the time constraint, I have to stop here. And in my second lecture on Hercules' second task, I'll give you the practice questions for you to practice at home. So meet you again in my second part of lecture. Thank you for listening. We are trying to reach out to you, whatever means we get. It gives us some peace of mind, thinking we again able to connect to you. Hope this lecture will help you to understand our 6th century BC superhero Hercules a little bit better. To know one more of his adventurous story, I will be back again with my second lecture. Till then, stay safe and healthy. Thank you.